Hello and welcome to Worms and Warriors. This is Grand Tactician of Civil War. It's May the 15th, 1862, and we're heading into episode 15 of this playthrough. The war's been going for almost a year. We're getting close to the end, I feel, unless there's some drastic turnarounds. A quick look at the front lines here. We've pushed up and fought a battle at Cincinnati in the last episode. We're going to reinforce those boys up there. That's Beauregard's Corps. Going to be about 25,000 men there once they get their new guys in, as well as... Where's he at? Polk with the Army of Kentucky. It's going to be 5,700 men. They're moving up there to reinforce these guys. Let's see how that goes. I'm going to move Albert Sidney Johnson's headquarters up a little bit as well. As you can see, this bit here around Frankfurt and Lexington is under Union control somehow. I'm not really sure why. Covington as well, even though, you know, that's... We occupied, that was our place. But for some reason, now that we've crossed over here into Ohio... Is it Ohio? Yes, Ohio, and captured Cincinnati. It's just flipped back to Union. It's just the way this game works sometimes. We've also got Joe Johnson moving up here towards Evansville. We're going to maybe see if we can do some destruction, but it all depends what the Union does. If they don't do anything, then we'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can wreck. In Missouri, well, Arkansas really, but the kind of Trans-Mississippi, Arkansas, Missouri theater, I've made a couple of changes. So we've got the Trans-Mississippi Army still, which has currently got 12,000 men. It's going to have about 15,000 by the time they get new guys in there, which is back to the level it was at. But I've gone ahead and I've made a cavalry corps here under Forrest. So it's just... Oh, so this is... hang on. So let's just try this again. I'm going to click Army Kentucky. Double click, and then this is what they were talking about in the update. So we're getting new bits here. So as you click on things, we're getting a little halo coming up around it so we can see it. And that's actually really helpful. And there for the prison camp as well. That's exactly what I was talking about, because I can never find this prison camp. It's currently being upgraded, this prison camp, and it's already got 12,500 prisoners in it. It can only hold 5,000, but it's going to hold 15,000 when the upgrade's finished. I don't know when that is. It'll be soon, I guess. But anyway, back to this. So Forrest, I've made a little cavalry corps for him. It's just from troops that were already in the Trans-Mississippi Theater. So it's 4,300 men. We're going to have a gun battery in there, just 12-pound howitzers, 2 divisions of cavalry, that being Pegram. I mean, it's got 900 men, so it's like a brigade, really, I suppose. 2 regiments, Preston and Robertson. And then Wheeler's division with 3,200 men. So actually, maybe we should move one of these guys over. So we've got the 2 larger regiments in here, 850 men under Davidson. That being the Styrian Panthers, which is a viewer unit. And then McIntosh's Arkansas Mounted Rifles, which is actually 2,000 men armed with mixed muskets. So, yeah. Anyway, as you can see here, we're facing... I've got a bit of cold, so if I sound a bit strange, and that's why. Anyway, we're facing Army of the Southwest, Army of the Tennessee, and the Army of the West, just over the border here in Missouri. So my plan kind of is to storage target. This is also a new thing. Click to change the goal for storage level. Red empty, yellow medium, red full. Well, I mean, I think that's clearly a mistake. Surely it shouldn't be red full. It must be green full. Red empty, yellow medium, red full. But, you know, it's... Do we want this one full? Well, let's do it medium. This is actually quite a good thing. We want this one full because we've got troops there. So there's some new stuff happening here. I haven't had an update for the game. Well, if we leave them to default, do they just... Does it just stay? Does it stay as it is? I really don't know. So, actually, for example, we've got one down here somewhere. Oh, yeah, so Atlanta, Georgia. We don't need anything in this, but it's got quite a lot of stuff in it, so let's set that one to empty. We've had our supply depots burnt down magically by the Union near Manassas. And also the depot that was over here. Both of them magically burnt down, even though we were in control, we won battles. But the AI managed to burn our depots, so, you know, it's just what it is. Anyway, that's where we are. So the plan for Forrest is to maybe try and sneak around, get behind them, burn some places down. We'll see how that goes. We're waiting for them, obviously, to assemble. It'll be a few days, and then we'll get them moving out and see how that happens. See what happens with that, see how that works itself out. I'm actually wondering whether to take the artillery out of there, because surely that's going to slow them down considerably, since it's not horse artillery. Yeah, let's do that. Let's move them back. Well, that means they've got no guns, but, you know, I think that should obviously increase mobility. So let's get started here. Let's press play. we're kind of holding Washington. We're holding them off in the Shenandoah Valley. We've got some new guys getting recruited here under McGowan somewhere. McGowan's Corps, yeah. We've got new weapons coming any day. And national morale for the Union's on 34. So, you know, it's creeping towards the end here, I feel. But let's press play and let's see where we go. Support in Virginia's down to 88%. Kentucky down to 53. Missouri on 50. Arkansas 92. So it's alright, mostly. I guess this might be the focus of today's episode here at Cincinnati, which we've just taken. So we'll see what happens there. So we've got de Polignac on his way with 16 guns. He's going to be there in 1 day. We've got Helm's Orphan Brigade from Kentucky, 8 days away. And then we've got Lewis's Brigade, which is, let's just have a look, also 8 days away. And then Bowen's Cavalry, which is a day away. So they are going to get some reinforcements in here, some much needed reinforcements as well. We've got Magruder up here. Lacking supply, even though there's a depot right there, which they just haven't taken. I don't know why. It's just one of them things in this game. It's crazy. Like, so are you telling me he would be sitting there starving with 4,000 men with a supply depot 10 yards up the road? Like, just, I don't think so. Anyway, allegedly there's still a lot of updates coming for this game, which is good news. Glorious victory at Fort Washington. Wainwright surrender. So this was the siege just outside Washington. Let's just... I'm going to pause this a second. The enemy suffered 28 casualties, 0 killed and 0 captured. Our casualties were 528. What? Charles Clark. Let's go and have a look at his command. 500? What? Didn't do anything to their morale either, which is a bit strange. I can't believe they lost 500 men there. Well, whatever. So I'm going to move Charles Clark into Virginia here. We want this depot at Washington full, because this is where our troops are. Once our new weapons arrive, we'll get some of these guys from McGowan's Corps, we'll get them moved out and reinforce our fighting units. So we now get we get a stored supply percentage up here, so it's 91% full. So another little improvement. I mean, hopefully it works properly. So we're also getting local supply capacity here. Oh, all right. Availability of local supply, provisions 65%, forage 67%, artillery ammunition, and so on. So all these different IIPs are now going to play an actual part in game mechanic wise, I suppose, of supply and so on. Hopefully that'll also affect the AI, but you know, it probably won't. Let's have a look here. So what have we got facing us? The 30th Army. It's going to be 10,000 men, and the Army of the Cumberland 19,000 men. I mean, we could push up, but again, supply is an issue. We are down at 91% supplies. We're not connected to a depot. Nearest depot is here, and it is impossible for them to supply an army there with the depot from here for some reason. Well, anyway, Army of the Mississippi is on the move here. Where to? I don't know. Army of the West is moving out, so they 550 men. They must have transferred some guys out of that. And the Army of the Tennessee is also hanging out down here. So it looks like they're splitting their forces up. The Army of Mississippi is pounding themselves across here. It's got to be because obviously Army of East Tennessee under Beauregard, which I mean it's the core, is right here. And that's a big problem for them. But we're gonna have to recover a bit of readiness, let our wounded get in place, and get new reinforcements in. So 21,000 or 19,000 men, give or take, coming up. And where's Polk? Moving at a snail's pace. Terribly armed Polk's unit. I'd wanted to give Polk like forced march orders, but we can't. So Magruder's the destination. We've got this supply depot here, which is full. So Magruder should be drawing supply from there. We've also taken Wheeling. He's getting nothing from it. We've lost sight of the Army of the Mississippi. Yeah, I guess they're around here somewhere. I'm going to get these boys up on a forced march, see if we can get up here into Evansville. Forest readiness is no good. I was going to start him off, but we can't. Slow movement, muddy roads. That's a new one as well. I've not seen that. So that's nice because the weather was bad, so that makes sense. trudging through the mud. No fun. Okay, Magruder's picked up provisions. I'm going to go on rampage through Pennsylvania. Let's go towards there. Weapons have been delivered. 10,000 Mississippi rifles. Awesome news. I'm going to give those out, and then I'll cut back in when that's done. We've also got the plains rifles, so we didn't get the notification, but they are there. So we've got 10,000, well, actually 11,000 of those. And 10,000 Mississippis. That's great. And we've got Lawrence rifles, 8,000. Where the heck have they come from? We've got a new order coming. Oh, hang on. So they're going to come in parts here. So we've ordered 10,000. Oh, look at this. Look at this, right? So we've ordered James rifles. We've got a running order. 52 have been delivered. 68 days for the rest to come. So they're coming in parts. So like we don't have to wait until they're all done. That is awesome. That's a really good improvement. Yeah, so now weapons are going to trickle in rather than having to wait till they're all done. So we've already got some of these reboard muskets here as well. 8,000 and odd. That's fantastic news for us. That's really great. So they're coming in batches. That makes way more sense, especially the production one. So, I mean, for example, if you're ordering 10,000 Mississippi rifles, they're not going to just stockpile them until all 10,000 are ready, are they? They're going to send them out to you. That's awesome news. So we've got James rifles. Great. We've got some rifle muskets that I'm going to give these out. So, like, enough blabbering. I'll give these out now and I'll cut back in when they're done. Alright, so a bit of reorganisation here then. The Army of the West is still a little bit hodgepodge armed. We've got some plains rifles in there, Springfield muskets, reboard muskets, Augustin rifle muskets. So they've gotten whatever they can get. And the rest of the weapons I've kind of dispersed around the place. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. I'm glad that more weapons are going to trickle in. And it feels like we're in the right direction here. Alright, so Magruder's on his way to Pittsburgh. I don't know what he's going to be able to do here. He may draw off some of these forces. There's a couple of armies here, which might be nice if we can pull them off. Because the Army of Mississippi is surely coming towards us here. So in the process of taking Evansville here with Joe Johnston's force, the Army of Tennessee. Just going to have a quick look through these guys, make sure there's no mixed muskets remaining. So that's really awesome, actually, that weapons are going to trickle in like that. That makes much more sense to me. So I know I had said I was going to go for ironclads, but with the war, I feel it's drawn to a close. We haven't got any money either on BBB Plus. I think that might be a waste of a policy. So what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to do supply reform. Maybe not, I don't know. I thought supply reform might save us a bit of money, but I don't think it does. Just allows upgrading of existing depots to level 2 and 3, greatly increasing efficiency of the depots, allowing them to support larger armies. I don't know, I don't think we need that. But then I don't want to order more weapons if I can help it. I know we've got no cavalry weapons, and I also don't want to really do the cavalry reform, because I quite like having the little regiments of cavalry, if I'm honest. Could do basic cavalry carbines, but no, let's just leave it for now. I'll have a little think on it. I want to see what they're doing here first with their Army of the Mississippi. Oh. Okay, so the Army of the Cumberland is coming at us. 19,000 men, 16 to 19,000, that depends if the reinforcements get there. We've got 21,029 men here under Beauregard just now. So it looks like we're going to have another showdown there. Let's just have a quick check through Beauregard's force before we head into any fights. 4 days for these guys to get there, 5 days for Lewis's brigade, so no reinforcements will get here in time for that fight. But what we can do, actually, we can change out some of these 24-pound howitzers. Let's switch these out for 14-pounder James rifles. So we've got our division of artillery here equipped with James rifles, which aren't the best, but they're pretty good. So we can be in the best possible position to fight this battle. Still a few lots of Springfield muskets, of course, but, you know, that's to be expected. In fact, was there only that one? I think it's just the one brigade with Springfield muskets, so we can probably change that. Let's have a look. See what I've got. Plains rifles. Let's do plains rifles. Just giving out those spare Springfield muskets to the guys in Polk's Corps, which won't arrive in time. They're still some way off here. And they're coming through Indiana. Doesn't make much sense to me, but anyway. The problem will be if the Army of the Mississippi also joins this fight, of course. So I'm gonna give him raiding orders. See if we can raid through Pennsylvania. We've got supplies. I think we'll be alright here. It looks like he's just gonna just about not get there. Handy, Polk, shaking a bell. Or is he going to be involved? Oh, okay. So the Army of the Mississippi is coming as well. So this puts a whole different spin on things. Because the Army of the Mississippi is another 19,000 men. That's no good to us. We're going to pull back towards Covington. If we need to fight this, I would much rather fight it in Kentucky, which is our land, which is, you know... Let's see what happens here, if we can make it to pull out. Anytime you like, Beauregard, let's go. Your HQ's right there. Alright, so we've had to abandon Cincinnati. We couldn't afford that. We would have been outnumbered almost 3 to 1. Well, a good 2 to 1 anyway. So look, a base of supply. Units near forts, depots and towns receive improved readiness recovery by plus 10% when operating in enemy territory. Even units with low readiness can be ordered to regroup near any base of supply. That's another new thing. So this, I guess this we must be now into the new patch, which I didn't even notice, so that's cool. Okay, so Polk is back in friendly territory with his 5,700 men and 7 guns. I'm going to move him over here towards Covington. Evansville is in our hands. So let's pop up here towards Terre Haute? Haute? I don't know how you say it. I'm going to raid through Indiana. Lincoln emancipates the slaves, so that's going to obviously hinder. So he's coming across now. Doesn't like that. They're pulling off. And we are raiding through the towns and cities of Indiana. Forest Cavalry still hasn't got proper readiness, so it's taking a long time. They haven't actually retaken Cincinnati, so I'm not sure what they're playing at. Armies of Occupation's on the march. Obviously they're going to counter Magruder here, who's burning his way through the place. The war's... What? Just like that? Well, an unexpected end here. The war's over. The Union sues for peace. I can't believe that, actually. I'm completely shocked. Alright, so I don't know how national morale dropped that quick. Maybe it was because we were raiding. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. But anyway, so it's done and dusted. Finished. Unexpected. Completely unexpected. I do hope you enjoyed the campaign. I enjoyed playing it. It had its ups and downs, of course. But on the whole, it was good fun. So some of the improvements are looking good, and these new improvements that have just kicked in here right at the end of this campaign, I think look awesome, actually. So I'll probably be doing another campaign. I'll start one probably another Confederate campaign. I like playing the Confederacy, although it does get a bit samey. So if you guys are sick of that, do let me know. I'll put a little vote up on the channel so you people can choose what you want to see. If you want to see a Union campaign, I'm happy to play a Union campaign, but they tend to get less interest from viewers. I'm not sure why exactly, but it's just something I've discovered over doing these games for the last 6 months or so. And yeah, so I don't really know. This was really unexpected. I didn't expect to be ending the campaign here at all. It was a good, fun campaign. I hope you enjoyed the ride along it. And if you did, do please leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. We've just hit 700 subscribers, which is awesome. I appreciate everybody who takes the time to subscribe to this stuff. I've started doing some historical content as well on the shorts reel thing for YouTube. So like 1 minute videos or under 1 minute, mostly on Civil War stuff because it's mostly what I'm interested in. I really enjoy the American Civil War. I love American Civil War photography, and I'm putting some of that into the shorts. But anyway, thanks very much for following along. Thanks for all your comments and your input and selecting viewer units. Yeah, there'll be another series of this for sure. And hopefully I'll see you there. Like I say, keep an eye out for a poll coming up so you can choose which scenario we're going to start with. Or perhaps you want to see a different game. Let me know. I'm happy to pick up another game if enough people want to watch it. Then I'm happy to pick something new up. If you know a good strategy game, pop it in the comments or stick it on the poll and I'll have a look at it. I'm always looking for new things to play, especially on the strategy front, because there's not really that much stuff out there, if we're being honest. But anyway, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Ta-ra for now.